I'm Jane Corley with Pic Visions, Media Arts and Photography. Welcome to another Photography Friday. If it's your first time here, welcome. Make sure to like this video if you learned something new, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so you can be notified every time a new video is uploaded. In today's video, we're going to take one step further from our last episode, depth of field, and get into perspective. How to manipulate your perspective so that you can have more intriguing images. Let's get started. As we learned in our last video, we learned that aperture, f-stop, determines the depth of field in your photographs. How to add perspective to that depth of field? Let's get right into it. First and foremost, become very familiar with the way that aperture works. Get to know smaller depth of field techniques, larger depth of field techniques, and then we can step into perspective of your images. The perspective of your images involves how you shoot your images, the angles, the above, below, to the side, on down with them. Perspective refers to where your body holding the camera is in reference to the subject you are shooting. So my first tip in how to add perspective to your images is look for leading lines in your photographs. If you are out shooting an industrial park and you've got all these great lines of metalwork or the squares around the windows of a building, find those leading lines and angle yourself along the side with them. So instead of shooting a banister on a staircase, go to the end of the banister and shoot up the railing and out. That will give movement and perspective to your images. This method of shooting up will give a look of regal or majestic or just powerful to the subject of your image. In inverse, if you shoot down on an image, this will give the look to the image of being smaller or more dainty, or even just less powerful if you're trying to give that vibe to your photographs. Perspective is all about moving the photographer's body. When you move your body around the subject and don't just shoot straight on cookie cutter pictures, this will cause you to level up as a photographer. Your eyes will begin to shift. You will start seeing new opportunities to take photos that may really just not be all that interesting unless you move that body. Change your perspective and give motion and movement to your images. Now, perspective with events and portraits. I love using perspective with my clients in portrait sessions. It's a really great way to tell the story of your images or your subjects. If you are able to tell the story of the love between a father, a mother, and their new baby by getting in within that experience and shooting into that experience rather than just shooting from far away and, okay, I've got you inside the frame, we're good to go. You want to become part of your subject's experience with perspective. Now with events, it's awesome to play with perspective. If you are able to tell the story of that event from beginning to end, really just catalog the entire event, that's awesome. But take it one step further and add perspective to that environment. If you are able to show motion through the event, if you are able to capture the expressions of the people experiencing that event, take a picture of that first-time runner crossing the marathon line. If you are able to capture those expressions of success, accomplishment, and just pushing through the boundaries that they thought they had on themselves, that's another way to add perspective to your photographs. Perspective does involve a lot of patience. Patience in waiting for those perfect moments. I make the comparison of almost like shooting a weapon. You know, you have to take that deep breath in and almost hold your breathing in order to keep your sight line steady. Sometimes that holding that breath because you know that perfect moment is coming will allow you to gain that perfect expression within the perspective. So a great example of this is if you're taking pictures of a 5-year-old boy, say that he's celebrating, hey, I'm going to kindergarten. If you tell that boy to cheese, smile at the camera and cheese, I'm sure we've all said that or used that or had that experience in a shoot before, but the smile that you're going to get from that child is the brushing the teeth smile, the cheese. We don't want that. That's not the expression we want. That's not the perspective we want on our client. The smile that you're going to get from that same 5-year-old, if you tell them a fart joke, is going to be a genuine smile. It's going to be a genuine expression on their face of pure, unadulterated happiness because every 5-year-old likes a fart joke. It's science. So if you are able to get to know your subject, get to know what makes them happy. If you're having trouble with a client's expressions, have them tell you something that brings them joy in their life. Then all you have to do is sit there and wait for the perfect photo. Sit there and wait for them to get that glimmer in their eye that will set that photo apart. If you're looking to separate yourself from the average photographer, perspective is a great way to do it. So I hope this video was helpful in how to add perspective into your shooting workflow. Leave in the comments below any tips and tricks you use to achieve perspective in your photography. Until next time, I'm Jane Corley with Pick Visions. If you learned something new, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so you can be notified every time a new video is uploaded. See you later, guys.